The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
Wait till you hear the excuse that was used to try and justify why the Jets defense was awful last year. Oh my God, will this anger you like it angered me? That and much more. It's the Jake Asman Show. Let's hit it and get it started. Man, our Jets are primed to win another offseason, baby. We bleed Jets green each and every day. Will the playoff drought finally end? Kings of the offseason, baby. This is what we do. At least we have Garrett Wilson. We have Breece Hall. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chat, baby. Cut the line. We have Sauce Gardner. We have Quinn Williams. Prepare to be underdogs. Now it's time to talk all things New York Jets. It's the Jake Asman Show. Here we go, here on a Monday, the start of a brand new week. Congrats to all the Yankee fans out there. I was at the Subway Series last night, and that was an absolute blast. We got the Knicks on Wednesday, so New York sports is buzzing right now. And I want to share this right at the start of the show. We will be announcing the winners after my opening segment for our latest Asmaniac raffle. This is the 26th raffle that we have done on the show since December 1st. We're giving away a signed Jalen Brunson jersey, signed Aaron Glenn jersey, signed Curtis Martin jersey, and a signed CJ Mosley jersey. So 4 prizes. We'll give those away in just a bit. Let's talk about the New York Jets. And I was listening to an interview that Boy Green did with an NFL reporter by the name of Matthew Lombardo. And Lombardo, when talking about the Jets, said that he spoke with a high-ranking Jets executive. Now, he did not say whether or not this high-ranking Jets executive still works for the team. I hope this person does not still work for the team, because this was the apparent reason why the New York Jets defense fell off a cliff last season.
I had a high-ranking Jets executive tell me last year that the reason the defense came off the rails was because it was built to protect leads. That the philosophy was Aaron Rodgers and the offense would jump out to a 17-3 lead. They'd pin their ears back, and they would protect the lead. They'd seal the win. Those sort of things. When you're having to play from behind, when you're getting lit up, when you're not getting help from your offense, it changes the mentality of how you call the defense. It changes the mentality of how you coach and how aggressive you are and those sort of things. They weren't built for that. So I think that you strip it down, you get young players in Aaron Glenn's vision, in his philosophy, and you reset here.
That is one of the most pathetic answers for why the Jets defense was terrible last year I have ever heard. Whoever this Jets executive is, if they still work at One Jets Drive, Woody Johnson, you should fire them immediately. The Jets defense collapsed last year because they weren't good, not because they built their team to have leads around Aaron Rodgers. What was the excuse when they blew the lead against Buffalo at home? What was the excuse when they were in New England and the offense, led by Aaron Rodgers and company, scored a touchdown to put the Jets up late in the game, where only a touchdown would beat them, and Jacoby Brissett went right down the field? Was the Jet defense not built to protect the lead against the Indianapolis Colts when the offense scored 27 points that day? They allowed Anthony Richardson, who stinks, to go right down the field against them that day, or when they had the lead in the fourth quarter against Seattle at home, or when they were up 8 in Miami, and the offense, led by Aaron Rodgers that day, put up a tremendous amount of points. Rodgers threw for over 330 yards. And the defense blew an 8-point lead, allowed a 2-point conversion. Offense for the Jets never got the ball in overtime, and they lost that one. I mean, what a joke. Whoever this unnamed executive, if they still work for the Jets, they should not, after anyone over at One Jets Drive figures out who they are. The culture of excuse making that existed in that building This is what Aaron Glenn is up against. This is what he has to try and fumigate from that building. What a joke. We're going to blame the scheme for why the defense wasn't good. We're going to blame being built to go after the quarterback with leads. You had leads. The Jets blew more leads in the fourth quarter than any team in the NFL last year. Oh, my God. What a joke. Whoever this person is should be fired on the spot. Hopefully they already have been. High-ranking Jets executive, because it was built to protect leads, our defense. That's why we stunk. Oh, the offense would jump out to a 17-3 lead and we'd pin their ears back. You had that. You had opportunities. You didn't do anything. The defense also stunk because you fired the head coach when the team was 2-3. The defense also stunk because Hassan Reddick didn't show up until the season was already over. And when he did, he sucked. Other than Jamie Sherwood and Will McDonald, there's not anyone on that defense that actually overperformed. Everyone else regressed. Sauce Gardner, Quincy Williams, go down the line. That's why the defense stunk. It had nothing to do with being built around Aaron Rodgers. You could blame Aaron Rodgers for some things that went wrong last year. But we're going to put the defensive collapse on him. It's such nonsense. Whoever this executive is, you should be fired. And hopefully he has been. What a loser. You are a loser, whoever you are. Hopefully you've already been fired. Oh, my God. Aaron Glenn, hopefully, can fumigate this building because there should be no excuses. None. They need to figure out who this person is and get rid of their ass. It's a joke. Joke. They sucked last year for a variety of different reasons. And hopefully, the New York Jets, now under Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji, get rid of the people that have been there for far too long. There are a lot of people, and they have started making some changes there. But a high-ranking executive. So this person's in the front office, get them out. See you later. Goodbye. Gone. You suck. You don't deserve to work for an NFL team. I mean, the Jet defense last year. Do people realize they finished 5th in total defense? What a meaningless stat. What a meaningless stat. They were 5th against the pass. They were 15th against the run. They finished in scoring 21st overall. And it doesn't even sound that bad. 21st, I figured they'd be dead last. It's because anytime they needed to get a stop, they couldn't do it. That's why they led the NFL in blown fourth quarter leads. They were the worst coached team in football last year. And you could kind of see why when you have people that are in this front office and around the team that just look to blame other people as the sink is shipping. Get them all out. All of them. Gone. See ya. Joke. Joke. It just encapsulates why this franchise has been one of the biggest jokes in sports. People like this that are in their front office. Hopefully this guy's gone. Joke. Whoever Matt Lombardo spoke to. I mean, good Lord. And also, Matt Lombardo's answer at the end. Well, Aaron Glenn's trying to retool, add his own play. What have the Jets really done on defense this offseason? They replaced DJ Reed with Brandon Stevens. They signed a new safety in Cisco, who's going to start. They haven't done a huge overhaul to the defense. The defense is a lot of what it was last year. Because last year's defense actually had talent on it that was poorly coached. Had nothing to do with the scheme or being built to protect leads. Jermaine Johnson got hurt. That was a huge blow. And they flat out sucked. And at times, they quit. Once Salah got fired, there were times certain guys looked like they were making business decisions on the field. They were playing for themselves. They were not playing as a team. They quit. That's why they sucked. But, I mean, much of the defense is still the same. Quinton Williams, Will McDonald, Jermaine, they're all back. Quincy Williams, Jamie and Sherwood, they're back. Sauce Gardner, Michael Carter, they're back. What a BS answer. I don't think Aaron Glenn and Steve Wilkes will stand for that.
I don't want any finger pointing this year on defense. This team's got to play like an actual team. That's the only chance they have of being better than most people think. The only chance they have. They play like an actual team and they're well coached. Period. Before we get to the raffle, we are presented today by Huga House. I'm rocking a Huga House hat right now. You could get the same hat 20% off when you use promo code ASMAN at checkout. The reason why I'm rocking this hat is because last night, Max Fried shut down the New York Mets rocking a Huga House hat before he did it. So, if you want to look like Max Fried, if you too want to sign the largest contract by any left-handed pitcher in Major League Baseball history, I can't promise you that, but you might have a better chance of doing that one day if you buy a Huga House hat and you use promo code ASMAN at checkout to save 20%. All right, it is raffle time, ladies and gentlemen. We are giving away 4 awesome prizes, including a Jalen Brunson jersey in honor of this awesome Knicks playoff run. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to spin the wheel of champions.
It's time to announce the winners of the weekly Asmaniac raffle. Let's spin the Jake Asman Show Wheel of Champions and find out which Asmaniac is winning an epic prize.
So here's how this works. I am going to pull up the wheel. We are going to spin it. There will be 4 winners. If you win, you reach out to me either by email at asmanjake@gmail.com or on Patreon or Discord, and you let me know the address that I'm sending your raffle prize to. So everyone sees it on the screen. The Wheel of Champions. Hit the music. Our top prize in our raffle is the signed Jalen Brunson jersey, and we will give it away first. Here we go. The winner of the signed Brunson jersey is Bo C. And Bo is a big Knicks fan, so that is a fantastic person to get that jersey. Congratulations to the great Bo C. We got more prizes to give away right here, right now. A throwback 1996 autographed Aaron Glenn jersey. Ladies and gentlemen, the wheel is being spun right now. Anthony Logariano. Congrats to Anthony L. Awesome supporter of the show. Does he believe in AG? Well, now he has no choice but to do so. All right. We got 2 more prizes still to dish out. Ladies and gentlemen, our next prize is a signed Hall of Fame inscription Curtis Martin jersey. Ladies and gentlemen, the wheel is being spun right now. Julian Manfredo. Congratulations to Julian on the honor. Julian, thank you, thank you, thank you. We will get that sent out to you. That means we got 1 prize left. It is a signed jersey by New York Jets linebacker C.J. Mosley. Ladies and gentlemen, our final prize goes to listener the big fella. Congrats to the big fella on the nod. So, our top 4 prizes. Once again, the number 1 winner, the signed Brunson jersey, listener Bo C. The Aaron Glenn jersey, the throwback Glenn jersey, that is going to listener Anthony L. The Curtis Martin Hall of Fame inscription jersey, Julian Manfredo, and the CJ jersey to the big fella. Let's go. Congrats to our winners. Don't worry, if you want a chance to win a prize, we're going to do some daily raffles this week, but I'm excited to share what the top prize will be in the next raffle next week on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, in honor of the Knicks playoff run, we throw it back to the greatest Knick of all time, in my opinion. We are going to be giving away a signed Walt Clyde Frazier jersey. Signed and authenticated Walt Clyde Frazier, number 10, Knicks jersey. That is the top prize in the raffle. Gift a membership to be eligible, or send in a $10 super chat or more to qualify for the raffle as well. Comments, questions, super chats. They cut the line. Appreciate everyone supporting the show. Coach James checks in with a super chat. Coach James was the one who won the signed Joe Namath jersey in our raffle last week on the show. Asmaniac in Panama City. Jake, thanks for the Namath jersey. Can't believe they're making any excuses. Our record shows we suck. Focus. Now, let's be clear. This executive was with the team last year. I don't know if he still works for the Jets. If he does, he shouldn't. But this is what Aaron Glenn has to try and do. This culture of losing that exists in the building. The culture of excuse making. You got to fix it. Got to get rid of everyone. Got to get rid of everyone. Comments, questions, super chats, cut the line. We also could talk certainly about the Knicks, and certainly could talk about the Subway Series as well if you want to call in and be a part of the show. Ladies and gentlemen, our first caller today on the Gusbuster Umbrella Hotline is someone that this chat respects, someone that some of you might fear. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to say hello to the Kyle Clifton.
What's going on, Jake?
Hello, Mr. Clifton. How are you?
Doing okay. So, I mean, the fear with this report, right, is that, you know, obviously it's an anonymous source. If you don't, we don't know that the guy is still there or not.
Let's hope not.
Yeah, I mean, that's the great fear, because you can't have people like this going around making those excuses. Like, the defense was worse from previous years because they couldn't get after the quarterback. It had really nothing to do with leads or anything like that. They weren't as good, whether it was because of injuries, whether it was because of players that we might have traded away, and I think we know who I'm talking about there. Like, you know, players that we imported that didn't work out, like Reddick. Like, we weren't setting the edge effectively, and we weren't getting after the quarterback, and that's really what it comes down to is defensive line play when it comes to defense, right? We're pretty comfortable that we can defend the pass in the back end, and I'm still comfortable that we can do that. It's just a matter of, you know, whether the personnel was there, and, you know, it could have been that the team stopped buying into what Salah and Brick were selling, you know? Like, at this point, you start to lose the voice a little bit after about 3 or 4 years in. And maybe, you know, all gas, no brakes, it started to lose a little steam. That's fine. We've got a new voice now. We're hopeful that we can bring in some new players that'll give us a little bit more juice. We know we're going to be blitzing more. Right, and hopefully that'll help us get some pressure on the quarterback. We hope that Jermaine will come back and be, a semblance of what he used to be. It's just a matter of, you know, what we're gonna do. From, like, Will McDonald's at this point hasn't proved that he can stop the run at all. Right, like, he's kind of a situational pass rusher even in year 3. This is like, you know, grade school excuses that we're getting from these anonymous guys that it's just serving to annoy the fans, and that's the only purpose that it really serves.
And
right?
It just reminds you how last year was doomed from the start, knowing what we know now.
Right. Like, if you don't identify who this person is, I'm fearful we're going to continue to have these problems going forward.
Well, it's hard to change the culture when people like this are in your building. Like
Right.
that's and like, look, we don't know this person. Maybe this person's gone already, right? I mean, they did make a lot of changes, but we don't know. And there's people that are still in this front office that have been there since Izek and even pre-Izek, Tannenbaum. Like everything needs to be fumigated there. They did that with a lot of the coaching staff, which is good. They did that with most of the, Saleh, Douglas era players, the Rodgers players, but they, for whatever reason, keep Allen Lazard. Like, I don't know. I want the entire building fumigated. I've been saying that for months.
And it seems like they've kind of been slow to add to the front office. Maybe that's just my perception. They did bring somebody, I think, over from Denver, but like a lot of these, like you haven't heard a lot of announcements about guys that are filling like some of these ancillary roles that'll get a report up to Muji, and hopefully they're going to get guys in there that just buy into what Glenn is trying to do and can identify those players no matter what region they're in or what function they're serving and bring them here. I appreciate your time as ever, Jake.
Kyle, great call as always. Way to start off the new week the right way. Chuck says AG won't tolerate this crazy mindset. You hope not. Like there was just a culture of excuse making with Saleh and members of this front office. JD says bad run D, primarily Clemens and McDonald on the edge. And McDonald and Clemens are still on this team. At least McDonald gives you a lot as a pass rusher. What does Clemens give you? Like, Will McDonald can play. He's going to have a career in the NFL. Michael Clemens should not. Shouldn't be on a team. That's the reality. Brutal. Comments, questions, super chats. They cut the line. If you're tuning in late, we announced the winners of the Asmaniac raffle. We gave away the Brunson jersey. We gave away the AG jersey, the Martin jersey, and the CJ jersey. Congrats to both C, Anthony, Julian, and the big fella for being our big winners. Our top prize in this week's raffle is a signed Walt Clyde Frazier jersey as we continue to ride the momentum of the Knicks playoff run. The first person that gives a membership on the show is the first person to be entered in our raffle. And how about this? The first person to gift, we double your membership to start off a new weekly raffle. So, for instance, if you give 5, you're actually in for 10. Shout out to everyone who supports the show and allows us to keep doing these awesome raffles every week on the program. Internationally, we go. Let's say hello to Jason, who's up next on the show today. What's up, Jason?
Hey, Jake. Congratulations to John Tavares on fulfilling his dream with that 7-year contract and bringing the cup home to Toronto. And kudos to him and, Godspeed, my friend.
Man, it's a shame he had to toil away in Toronto these last 7 years, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like the island was anything good. I mean, twice as many, 2 Eastern Conference Finals and a lot more playoff victories. But, he had that one moment with them. So, we got them out of the round. Kind of like you did with the Islanders. So it was sort of like what happens when you order something on AliExpress or Temu.
I loved it.
Yeah. Every year I send my Leaf friends the meme of Happy Elimination Day. Separating a generation of failure, no cups at 67. Wanted to talk about the comment that you started out with, that why the defense was bad. It's the same exact excuse that they gave for why Hassan Reddick wasn't getting sacked. It's like somebody printed it. The same guy who said this printed out Jeff Ulbricht's excuse. It was completely lame. And I don't know why they're trying to do this. Hopefully the guy has left with Ulbricht. Maybe it is Ulbricht. Because it really sounds like the same exact statement.
I mean, Ulbricht was the worst coach ever. I mean, without question. Like, remember Ulbricht's great line? Hassan Reddick is the most selfless player I've been around. Incredible.
Yeah. And considering that I lived through Kotite and, we both had the Adam Gase error, that's saying something. And it's only up from here. And the question is how quickly we get up. But, I trust in Glenn. Goodbye to Greg Zerline. I'm not happy that Morris had left, but they should have kept Morstead around. You don't stand on principle with certain things. Like, I get it, you want to get younger, but sometimes you need experience to teach these guys. And sometimes, especially if you're not going to do well, field position matters. And Morstead showed no sign of any decline or anything like that. And really, I mean, I hope they see something in these guys that were in training camp that makes them think that they have something, that they don't want to lose it by getting rid of Morstead. Same reason what they did with Braden Mann. They had Morstead, he played well, and they said, but they don't want to lose Braden Mann. And obviously, we saw how that turned out for the Jets.
We'll
It cost us Trevor Lawrence.
Their special teams last year cost them several games. If it's just league average, that might lead to an extra win that we're not expecting. Like that it was huge last year. Their season started to spiral out of control when Greg Zuerlein couldn't hit any kicks.
My God, yeah. I mean, that game in New England, the Foxborough game, was brutal. And then of course his defense at the end with the lead, by the way, how they just couldn't handle that last drive, or the Colts game with the lead and they just couldn't stop a slant from Anthony Richardson.
They led the NFL in blown fourth quarter leads, which you can't do unless your offense is giving you the lead. So that excuse by that executive is about as lame as you could come up with any sort of excuse. And it just highlights a problem that exists in that building that hopefully Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji are aware of and are doing their best to eradicate once and for all. Because it's ridiculous.
Breaking sports news on the Jake Asman Show.
Joe Douglas has a new job. Shocking. He's headed back to the Eagles. According to Jeff McLean, who covers the team locally in Philly, he's taking a senior scouting role. So we know that Joe Douglas was obviously with the Eagles before the Jets hired him. So he's now back in Philly, which Joe Douglas probably is better suited to be in that type of role. Like, he obviously had some successful draft picks, successful UDFAs, made some successful trades, but ultimately got the big stuff wrong and failed. So Douglas back with the Eagles. Howie Roseman gives him a soft landing, and I don't think anyone is particularly surprised by this. It's interesting, right? Who's more likely to get another job? Robert Saleh as a head coach or Joe Douglas as a GM? I would say Saleh, believe it or not. Even though I think Douglas did his job maybe a little better than Saleh did his, but it's probably close there, right? It all fell apart this year, but, Saleh won 7 games with Zach Wilson. He wasn't a good coach, but Joe Douglas, literally, if he got off his ass and got Carson Wentz signed after Rodgers got hurt in 2023, they probably go 9-8 and make the playoffs 2 years ago. It would be interesting, but I think Saleh, because he got fired at 2-3 and the Jets looked like clowns for doing it, and people were all taking their shots at Woody, and then the Athletic story came out, and Saleh also being a minority candidate means he's going to continue to get interviews every year in these hiring cycles. Seems like that's going to be a thing. As long as the Rooney Rule is still being exploited by teams, which is a joke. I could see Saleh getting a job before Douglas gets another GM job. You very rarely see GMs get a second crack at it. You see head coaches get second chances way more. Way more. Uno Jets is the first person to gift a channel membership in our new weekly raffle. Uno, I said the first person to gift, we double it. So you gifted 5 memberships, but we're going to put you down for 10. Reminder, our top prize in this upcoming raffle is a signed Walt Clyde Frazier jersey.
It's the Asmaniac membership raffle. For every membership gifted, you receive 1 ticket entered in the raffle to win epic prizes.
Alfredo, Mouse Emoji, Farouk, Kevin Bean, Jet Average Dad, all receiving channel memberships courtesy of Uno Jets, coming through for the people. Comments, questions, super chats. They cut the line. Let's see what you guys are thinking. Open phone lines if you want in on the conversation. Mr. Bonesy reacts to Joe Douglas getting a job. I thought Joe Douglas might have to work at Alden's shoe store, but instead Howie Roseman bails his old friend out. Douglas better than Salah. Roster solid as F. Yeah, but he hired Salah. He drafted Zach Wilson. He didn't get a backup quarterback. He let Greg Zuerlein wreck the season. I mean, I don't know. They both weren't good ultimately. I do think Salah will have a better chance of getting a job. JD, Sherwood appeared to be the only player on D to play with fire last year. I think that's a big reason why Aaron Glenn brought him back. Beastbreaker says that Michael Clemens should be flipping burgers at McDonald's. Interesting comment, Beast. Some might say you should be doing that. So let's check in with you right now and give you a fair chance to respond to those who think you should be flipping burgers. Beast, what do you have to say for yourself?
I don't need to. I've already done my job. And as a matter of fact, we got an intruder in here. I'm not going to mention names. I don't feel like starting today. It's Monday. It's a beautiful day. And you know what I'm wearing, Jake? That's right.
A little Joey shirt. Nice.
Yeah, supporting the fella. So, I did my garden this week. I finally put a lot of the stuff in. Got some zucchini, got some eggplant, tomatoes put in. The good stuff, my friends. Joe Douglas should have been fired years ago because the guy didn't cut it. He didn't have the balls. He didn't have the leg. It's called, dude, you got to go, bro. You know, I mean, some of them may hate me for it, but you know what? I don't care. Guy's got to go. He's old. He's not worth it. Salah should have been cut the first week of 2024. Somebody should have just said to him, dude, you're not qualified for this job. You don't have the leg.
He didn't have the leg? Like, why does a general manager need a leg? He didn't have the leg
to move. He was too busy sitting there going, I like this job.
Hey, Beast, are you growing a gabagoo bush?
You come here from San Francisco, and then you take a New York job, and then you flush our team down the goddamn toilet.
He didn't come here. Beast, incorrect. Joe Douglas did not come from San Francisco.
Where'd he come from?
Philadelphia.
Well, the guy has no quality. His leg, he didn't have a pot to piss in. He couldn't even carry the team. That's why he dropped the ball. He should have been fired the first minute he walked in the door. He could have said, here you go. 1, 2, 3, out the door, you go. And last night on the Connor Show, I made some.
Hey, Beast, you got to be careful. Mr. Bonesy loves Joe Douglas. He says he's going to terminate the lawyer contract.
Mr. Bonesy, I apologize for that. I'm not trying to be a little. I'm going to try and be nice to you. I'll give you a gift card out of the deal. And we'll go get tacos.
A gift card. Where's the gift card to?
I'll send it to him. Something in extra form. It's like a little bit of a bonus. You know, kind of like a Johnny Dangerously kind of thing. You know, something good, something nice in class. You know. But enough about all that. But
Bonesy is a big fan of Olive Garden. His dream is to take his family to the Times Square location. Beast, maybe you look into that.
Times Square, huh?
Yeah.
I'm familiar with Times Square. Oh, I also did a little bit of investigating on the Mets Yankee game yesterday. You guys kicked the crap out of the Mets last night, didn't you?
When you say investigating, does that mean you just checked the score?
Yeah, I was checking the score and I kept going.
Got it.
I even said to myself, Jake's in a happy mood because he knows he hates the Mets. I know that for a fact. But
I really don't hate the Mets. I hate the Red Sox. Met fans try to make this more. The Met fan made it personal with the Soto stuff. So I obviously
you were right. You were right about one thing. Our organization has been pissed on, shit on for 20-some years. We need to start saying, I think it's time we start going in the offices and start telling half of these bums. Start telling them, okay. Here's your pink slip. Bye. Here you go. Another pink slip. Bye. Pink slip. Bye. The rest of you, you're fired. You're out. Bye. That's what we need to say. Bye-bye to all of them. Bye-bye.
Beast, why are you a Red Sox fan? You can't be a Jet Red Sox fan.
For a long time, I've been, I've actually been around a lot of the different teams, and then I've also been insulted so many times as an autistic kid. I know how it feels to be on the outside looking in. But you know what I say to myself? You know what you do? You walk away.
What does that have to do with being a Red Sox fan?
Because I've been insulted all my life by people. I've dealt with kids who are so bad, like beyond the level of integrity. You know what I do?
But what does that have to do with picking a team?
Because it hurts.
In baseball.
It hurts my integrity, and it hurts me enough. That's why it's the best thing to do. Walk away. Just walk away.
I don't think I'm following any of this. It doesn't make any sense.
You know what I do? I walk away from the bad people. You know why? Because they're not your friends. Think of it this way.
When it comes to selecting a Major League Baseball team, Is it
I know that, but I'm just saying.
Are all autistic people Red Sox fans? Is that what you're saying?
Some are and some aren't. I can't take nothing away. Take an example, Charles. Everyone keeps saying he's a Patriots fan. No, he's not. He's a Jets fan just like I am. And people keep claiming that Lane's a Giants fan. No, he's a Jets fan just like us. And I can't take nothing away from Lane. And sure, some people put Bobby Midnight down because they claim he's a Giants fan. No, he's part of us too. I mean, he has the same. Sure, he might not like me, but you know what? At the end of the day, 99.9%, we're all different people on the outside looking in. That's the way the world works. I just like to be who it's the world.
Not really following the logic here, Beast. I don't understand the Red Sox fandom selections. It's very tough for me to get over.
It's because people have insulted my integrity for a long time, and I know how it feels to get.
You should be a Yankee fan. We won't.
I was one back when I was 13, and I remember very clear. I was watching Scott Brocious, Paul O'Neill, Chuck Knobloch, Derek Jeter was on the team. I do clearly remember Tino Martinez was on the team. David Wells, Andy Pettit, that was the 98 team. The 98 team couldn't be defeated. They were the hottest number one team in professional baseball from 88, 99, 2000. Sure, 2001, they didn't have the year they expected. But if you really look at it, I mean, I took a different turn because at the time I was just going through changes in high school. I mean, I jumped from time to time, trying to.
Was this when you lived in Illinois?
Yeah, well, this is during high school time, in high school. And I moved along, path because I was doing the different things in life, like having a girlfriend, going to school, getting my grades up, staying ahead of the game, trying to keep my feet on the ground instead of jumping over the damn fence, which I'm not ready for that yet. No. You keep your feet to the fire. That's what you got to do. Keep your feet to the fire. Be who you are. Be yourself. Don't
Big
be
fella
fake.
says, Beast, if I see that Red Sox hat, the bad fella.
Don't worry, big fella. I'm going to keep that in my private luxury box. And don't worry about that.
Your private luxury box. Where's your luxury box?
I got a luxury box somewhere, but I'm not gonna touch it. You know why? I'm not gonna worry about it. What I do is my own business.
I think you should touch it. I've been told Bobby Beasley might have stolen it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. That guy's a fraud. He was already exposed, and I got better things to do. Like
Beast, did you add underneath your name Bobby Beasley was here? I've hacked you, Beast.
No.
Look underneath your name. Look what it says.
That's a fake account, by the way. That's fake.
It seems like he might have hacked you.
No. First of all, what he's doing is identity theft. Identity theft will land him in jail. That's number one. Oh, you know who. Don't think I don't know who. Just remember, I'm watching from all sides. I'm not stupid. I have a 3.2 GPA and an IQ of 140. And I'm not stupid. I went to a good college. I paid my fair share. And to anybody who doesn't want to listen to the facts, then you already know where the nearest exit's at. In the words of the great Dave Brigger, if you can't stand the heat, hey, exit stage left or get out the kitchen.
I don't think Dave ever said that.
Well, Dave Brigger did say, hey, to Gary, exit stage left. I'm just taking random. Come on. He said that to Gary several times. Come on.
He
man.
said exit stage left.
Yeah, exit stage left. You didn't think I didn't hear clearly with these ears? I clean my ears
I'm starting to question it, Beast. I'm starting to question it. We still don't understand the Red Sox fandom. It's a major character issue we're dealing with.
Yeah, well, I have problems in my life that I have to get rid of.
Like your Red Sox fandom.
No, not that one.
But that's a major problem.
The Bobby Beasley problem is a big problem. This guy's been in my ass for 3 years. He's got to go away. I got to get rid of it first, and then I have to focus on my family.
Let me ask you. So other than just trolling you in YouTube comment sections, what else has Bobby Beasley done that has caused so much damage?
Didn't you get the pictures yesterday?
That he made a fake account and
yeah, that was a little bit of a low blow there. You don't go that far. See, that's what I call breaking boundaries. When you break boundaries, you're gonna have to pay the fine. Especially to my little boy who's gonna have a birthday next month, and I ain't gonna listen to this bullshit anymore. I pay for his food. I clean his cage. I take care of him. I have a responsibility here.
Now, Beast, let me pull up so the audience can kind of see what you're referring to here. This is what angered the Beast yesterday. I received an email with this photo The username is I want to eat Lil Joey in 80 pieces. And this is apparently the issue that Beast is having.
Oh yeah. I'm not gonna have that anymore. And Mr. Israel, I got news for you. You know what? You just made yourself a one-way ticket straight to the hole. Get ready for the ride. Buckle up a seatbelt, you son of a bitch, because I'm about to send you right there, right now. Prepare for the landing, boy, at 3.
Beast, I don't know what you're talking about. There's no Israel.
Yes, there is. It's in
no,
the
there's no
chat.
Israel. Nope.
Yes, there is. It's right here. I see it right in front of me. Israel, 1, 2, 3, 4.
I don't see it.
Go to the
I think you've been hacked, Beast. I think Beasley's everywhere.
I'm watching him. I'm watching all sides. I'm not a stupid man. I'm a smart man. I know how to kick a bullseye, run on target. See, my doctors have told me I got the great 50-50 vision. I've been checked out very well by the best doctors in Chicago. I got Dr. Garcia as my primary doctor. I also have a doctor in Berwyn that I go to for ENT. I'm the best. And I'm not some damn fool off the street. And you want to look at this? Okay, I'm going to pull it right here. I'm going to show it to you right here. Look at that. See that, Jake?
No, I can't see it. I don't see it.
Yes, you can. Right
no,
right there.
It's not there.
It's Israel. It's in the private chat here on the StreamYard.
So basically, this guy Israel making a fake Lil Joey account is the root of this issue today.
I could smell that this boy's trouble too. He's one of Bobby Beasley's little goons. And I don't watch what this kid is. This kid is trouble from miles away. And I'm not buying any of his crap. And Mr. Israel, you are wrong again. I only learned guitar when I was 18. I learned from the best. So boy, you better watch your mouth with me or you're
the only thing better than Alden shoes is Joey D, cause he totally rules. Jake, my brother, I'm high as a kite. I love everybody. Damn, this show is crazy.
Thank God. This is why Bonesy's the champion, because he saw I needed anyone else to call in on a Monday. Good Lord. Thank you, Bonesy. How are you?
When Jake asks for help, I come running.
Oh, my God. This is why he's the champ. And I'm glad you called it, because everyone is dying to know your thoughts on Joey D returning to the Philadelphia Eagles.
It's a great move, man. You know that there's one thing that we know that Joey D can do, and it's evaluate talent, man. He's got an eye for talent. We can't forget the one thing that Jet fans, as a Jet fan, we have to realize is we appreciate like people and players much more before we see them perform and actually like see what they do. Like right now, the Aaron Glenn love and the Justin Fields love. As soon as Justin Fields, who's learning basically a new playbook and is going to have the chains ripped off of him, he's going to play the quarterback position instead of just being a dink and dunk guy and a one read guy. We're going to let him play. He's probably going to have a little bit of learning bumps, so we're going to have to be a little patient with Justin Fields. And I feel like as soon as the season starts, the patience will be gone. Because that's how Jet fans work. We wait like 2 drives and we're like, all right,
he's got to get out to a good start. I think it's really important, and that's why I actually posted a short about this from a show the other day. Like the beginning portion of the schedule, it's not like, oh my God, they can't win any of these games, but they're not like it's not as easy as what I was hoping. So they got to like start 2-2, somehow be at bare minimum 3-5 at the bye, hopefully 4-4 if you want to make something of the season.
We can't start with the early season 3 and outs, because that's what really gets the Jet fans at home mad. When we have a long defensive drive that it's a dink and dunk drive, and then they get a field goal at the end, and then we come on the field and go 3 and out. It's like, yo, the boos are going to start whistling real quick. So, back to Joe Douglas, like we have to appreciate when the time is right to appreciate. And it's like, look, Garrett Wilson, he's our guy, man. Hopefully he's a star for the Jets forever. This offensive line was built by Joe Douglas, except for this year with Membu. I mean, it's not too shabby, right? We're a decent O-line. I know it took a couple of years and a couple misses, but Tittman was a great second round pick. Simpson was a great signing. Even Moses was a great trade that, he went elsewhere, but we went young in the draft. That's probably why. I mean, Jermaine Johnson and Sauce Gardner are not too shabby. We just signed a day 3 pick who's going to be our next linebacker for the next 4 or 5 years. He traded Jamal Adams for 2 firsts and a third. He's got a big third leg. I don't have to keep going, guys. All right.
It's a complicated resume because ultimately the record's an abomination, but there are a lot of individual things he did that were outstanding moves. That's what made it so frustrating.
Yeah, and I also look at like his biggest misses were Becton, Zach, and Salah, and those unfortunately are 2 of those 3 are huge. And yeah, he did rectify one of those picks. I'm back. I'm talking. They asked me. Yeah, hold on, guys. Today is Joe Bonesy's 30th birthday.
Wow, Joe Bonesy, everybody! Happy birthday, Joe!
Go say hi to him and see what he's. He says he just came back to me. He gave me this look like he did when I sing Kyle Wilson. I meant Kyle Wilson. Kyle Clifton. He gave me that look like, bro, I got to listen to Joe Douglas bullshit on my 30th birthday.
On May 19th. Joe Douglas discourse. Yes.
What's up, Jake?
Happy birthday, Joe. I hope it's an incredible birthday for you.
I mean, I'm going to be at Alden Shoes, so can't ask for anything better, you know?
That's the place to be, man.
We're in Alden Shoes.
Wait, what?
Yeah, we celebrate.
What are you doing for the big 30? Your brother's only 30?
Yeah, man. My brother's a kid, bro.
I didn't realize you guys and you're Bonesy, you're 40 or 41?
40, yeah. I just turned 40. So we are 11 years apart.
Wow.
Crazy. My mom was crazy. She had me and then waited so long, then had my sister too. My sister's 10 years apart and my brother's 11, so they're close in age. But I got Joey early as a Jet fan. He was an early easy fix. I got him early, but my big Joe Bonesy, 30, baby. He's a baby still.
He's a magical human being.
Anybody at Alden Shoes, the magic just flows through them. Just like
now, Bonesy, what's the latest with Beastbreaker here? He's losing his mind over Bobby Beasley again, and it doesn't seem like he's ever just going to accept the fact that he's being trolled. And the second he stops giving this guy some attention, or the second he stops giving him attention, maybe eventually Bobby Beasley will move on to someone else.
Me and Beast, as normal on any of my work days now, he waits until 10:01. The store opens at 10. My first phone call of the day is Beastbreaker at 10:01, and he just starts giving me all the information that I need to work on what I'm working on over here. And I tried to tell him, like, listen, man, this guy is Mr. Beasley is a loser. He's looking for attention. He's desperate. He sees you having a little bit of stardom, whether it's people hating you or loving you on the show, and he just wants a piece of that, man. So the more attention you keep giving this guy, he's just gonna keep coming back and trying to bust your balls. Stop getting mad at silly crap. Like, I told him that I love Lil Joey almost as much as he does, but he has to stop being so defensive. It's just once that's like in high school when someone's bullying you and you let them see that it's affecting you, then they fucking keep going, man. It's just the way the world is. So as soon as you laugh it up, look at this big schnozzle I got on here, my big Italian nose. You don't think when I was younger, everybody used to call me Big Bird, and when we were younger, it's like, man, I don't give a shit. I'm Italian, bro. Just make fun of me. That's what Italians do. We got big noses. We also got third legs. It's just you got some big stuff, and you got it's how it goes, baby.
Speaking of Italians, I have just received a message that, quote, the king of Alden is on hold.
Look at this guy. Where have you been, Neil?
What's up, gentlemen? How are you?
Neil.
Look, I look. That hat looks like it belongs to what's his name?
Is that a Ricky hat?
I don't know, man. I found it somewhere. I don't know where the hell it came from.
Hold on. That looks like a Ricky NY hat if I've ever seen one.
Right? Look at that thing. It's pretty cool. I found it.
Ricky, New York is my name. Florida State is my game. My internet sucks, call him Jake. When it's time to smoke and debate, the New York Jets are gonna win. My team since I was a kid. My New York Jets are gonna win. I'm Ricky, New York. Don't forget that. Florida State, bitches. New York Jets. We got this shit. It's time to win, baby. Win. Can't wait.
Thank you, Gator.
Interesting. Well, I want to congratulate the Yankees yesterday, even though that game was. We gave you that game on a silver platter yesterday. I have to say, the Mets gave it right, Bones.
Did you get Lucas Duda flashbacks with the Alonso throw home?
Oh, Jesus Christ. That was horrendous. That was embarrassing. Our defense kind of fell apart in that game, and even the other game. We, couple errors there. The Yankees played well.
It was a good series. It was a very good. It was a really good baseball game last night.
It was very entertaining. Now we got Indiana coming up. What's your feeling on Indiana, Bones?
I don't want to take everybody is skipping Indiana talking like
No way,
really man. They're really good, and
they
like
are 10
deep.
McConnell is going to pester. Like I hate the two guys last year who I hated the most. Halliburton's going to do what he can, but Miles Turner and Halliburton, and McConnell killed us last year. I know Nimbard had the big shot against us, which he isn't even a shooter, but those two guys were my biggest haters for the Pacers last year. But we're healthy. It's two sides to the story. We're healthy finally. We were missing everybody last year, and we still went to 7. We were all together, me, you, and Jake, when we lost
Game 3, the Nemhard shot. Yeah, they should have won that game.
That was a killer for us because we get that game, it's over. We're 3-0. But
yeah, this is gonna be. What's the line on the series, Jake?
The Knicks are a slight favorite, not a huge favorite, but they're the favorite.
Slight favorite.
What is it like? Do they say Knicks and 6, Knicks and 7? In other words, do you bet on that, or you just bet on individual games?
You could bet on who's going to win this series. You could get odds on each, like if you want.
In other words, if you go Knicks and 6, then you get better odds. Knicks and 5, you get great, that kind of shit.
100%. Yeah, I'm sure the odds are probably Knicks and 6 would be, or Knicks and 7 might even be the favorite. I would have to look. But I hold on, wrong tweet. I sent this tweet out literally a year ago. Came up today, and like I want this so bad as a Knicks fan because last year, like look at the injuries the Knicks were dealing with. Like Randall obviously didn't play at all. Mitchell Robinson was out, had the ankle surgery. Remember they had Bojan last year coming off the bench, and then he was done. OG obviously didn't play after game 2. Gave you a minute in game 7, couldn't move. Hart had the abdominal strain he was playing through. Like they should have beat him last year. Now they get an opportunity to hopefully make up for it.
Yep, and if you look at this, all these injuries, and then you just add Cat and McKell who can make big shots, it's just I don't know. We are deep enough that I do feel confident in winning the series, but we do have to stay healthy through the series, and we definitely would. It would be great to take both at home and start this off, man.
Yeah, Indiana has a history against us at Madison Square Garden. It's not good. They always rise to the occasion. Reggie just gives me like PTSD. If I see that uniform, I almost rather play Cleveland, to be honest with you. I'm afraid of the series.
Well, the Knicks have had success though against Indiana. It's the last 3 times they've been in the conference finals, they've faced the Pacers. They won 2 of them. They even won the year that Reggie Miller had the incident with Spike. The people never bring up the fact the Yankees won. The Knicks won that series.
It was just the Ewing finger roll, man. That was the only time they got us. Right? That was in the.
Was it 99?
Yeah,
or 2000 because they went to the finals in '99.
I still remember he could have dunked the ball so easily, and he just did the finger roll and it bounced.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Patrick Ewing, I never liked Patrick Ewing. I gotta be honest with you. I never liked him. You know, he was a Georgetown guy. I was St. John's. I just never bought into him. Was he one of your favorite players, Bones, or no?
I definitely love. I mean, I
Ewing a lot.
I feel like I kind of, for some reason, I did. I really liked when we got Allen Houston and we had the Latrell Sprewell. That was my favorite run, but I did love Ewing when it was like one of my favorite teams when it was Derek Harper, Hubert Davis, and Ewing, and that was my team. That I was like, you know, the Chuck Smith, Herb Williams, all the old men, Mason and Oakley. That was my favorite years. But
my brother-in-law said it's like $3,000 is the cheapest ticket to get in the building. Jake, is that true?
Is it? I don't think it's $3. I don't think that's the cheapest ticket to get in. That's probably on the.
That sounded like a lot. I was like, what?
It's not. Yeah, no. You could get into the building. It's incredibly expensive, but it's not $3,000. I think you could probably get into the building for $700-800 with the worst seats.
What do you think? What do you think Celebrity Row is going for, Jake? What do you think those seats are going for?
Well, a lot of those seats you can't even buy because the Knicks comp those to the A-listers they want there. I mean, that's how that works.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like Ben Stiller doesn't pay for his ticket, for example. You know, Timothy Chalamet doesn't pay for his ticket. On SeatGeek right now, you could get into Madison Square Garden Wednesday night for Game 1 for $693 is the cheapest ticket. Now, let's see. If you want to sit near courtside, let's see how far down we could go. $16,000, $25,000 to sit right behind the scorer's table. Let's see. $88,000 to get a courtside seat.
Come on.
$88,000
for a courtside seat.
They do sell a couple of them.
Yeah. Jake, imagine it was Game 3. You spent $88,000 and
oh my God.
What do you think? What do you think Game 7 of a finals in the NBA Finals would cost? Holy shit!
Wow, I just got a Venmo.
Now let me ask you,
Charles Gorman. He wants to go to the Knicks game Wednesday night. He just asked for $88,000. Wow.
Hey, is there either of the Western Conference teams? Are we going to be favored against? In other words, home court advantage if we win against
only Minnesota.
The Timberwolves will be home
the
court.
Knicks would have home court against Minnesota. They would not against the Thunder because the Thunder have won 68 games.
That's why I was rooting for Denver.
Imagine that. Imagine the Game 7 at home. Holy shit! Game 7 at home, Bones.
I couldn't.
I'll copy that seat. No problem.
This guy.
You taking out a mortgage?
No,
taking out a loan?
You know, I don't look. The basketball is nice for me to watch. It's nothing like the Jets rather. When is Aaron Rodgers going to be signing for Pittsburgh? When is that happening? Do we know?
Ian O'Connor made some. Yeah, Ian O'Connor thinks it's gonna happen soon. And he'll be there.
I say this week it's gonna happen.
I can see it. The schedule's out, and the schedule makers confirmed what I thought.
When is OTAs? When is the start of OTAs? Beginning of June? When does it start?
Every team is different. The Jets have 3 sets of OTAs today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. I believe Wednesday is open for the media, so we'll have Sabo join us Wednesday afternoon for a recap. And then they have 3 next week. Only one of them is open to the media. 3 of the week after. Only 1 is open for the media. And then mini camp is one of the dates in June.
Nice.
Okay, so you think that Rodgers wants to be somewhere for OTAs? Is that important for Pittsburgh right now, or do you think he could wait?
I think the comment that Ian O'Connor made, he did an interview on a Pittsburgh station, is that he will be there for minicamp because he doesn't want what happened last year to become like a big thing that he's not there.
Guys, I am not going. Look, if Aaron Rodgers is playing in the opener against the Jets, I'm not going to that game. I am not going to that opener.
At least it's not in prime time. Him taking this time.
I'm going to have so many emotions. I mean, it can't be horrible because if the Jets beat them, that's really a good sign, right? If the Jets get their ass kicked by Rodgers, I'm going to be an I told you so or on your show that post game. We're all going to be like, oh God, what a mistake we made, right, guys? I mean, it's kind of like a win-win.
Yeah, think about that show after the game where it's going to be like, if we beat the Steelers week 1 and Rodgers is their quarterback, I mean, Jets Nation is going to be.
Well, let's see how it happens.
For Aaron Glenn alone, we're all going to be all in on Aaron Glenn. But yeah,
Right.
we're going to beat him 10-6, my brother said. But if Rodgers comes in and he beats us, and Rodgers is going to want to play well in that game, it's gonna hurt if it happens the way we were all crying about it, that he comes in and actually looks like himself and he's with a real organization and the offense can actually run the ball. It's gonna hurt, man. But we're gonna know.
He better coach his ass off in that game, because if he looks bad in that game, that's not going to be a good start to his tenure. I'll tell you right now, he's going to catch a lot of shit.
I agree, but I think if they win that game, that is instant credibility for people to start to buy back in and believe. So hopefully they win that game, because it is a winnable game. Like, you're at home, it's early in the year. Who knows how up to speed Rodgers will be with his new teammates in offense? It could take time. Take advantage of that and beat them. Do I think the Jets
based
will
on
win?
Jake,
No,
based
but
on
I hope I'm wrong.
Based on where ESPN has us this season, I would probably say my guess, Rodgers playing, Jets home, we're going to be 5.5-point underdog, at least 5.
I don't think it will be that.
A home dog by 5 points with Rodgers quarterback.
Not 5.
Yes, sir.
You get 3.
I say it's at least 5.
You get 3 for being the home team, and you're saying that on a neutral field, the Jets and the Steelers, the Jets would be an 8.5-point underdog
in Pittsburgh.
No, on a neutral field.
Yeah. I would say.
It's going to be probably Pittsburgh. It might get up to like 3 by the time we get to
3 to
kickoff.
4. Okay.
If
it was in Pittsburgh, I would say a touchdown. If it was in Pittsburgh, so that's right. 3 or 4 points. What, Bones?
We're trading. When's the Lazard trade happening? As soon as he signs?
Yeah, of course.
I just, when I look at the wide receiver room, I could just see us getting trading Lazard for a conditional 6th that could turn to a 5th depending on what he does this year. It's going to be something. It's not going to be. I don't think it'll be a 7th that turns to a 6th. I think it'll be a conditional 6 that, if he hits a couple thresholds, will turn to a 5th, because Rodgers needs one of his guys. Pickens was traded. Metcalf, to me, still doesn't suit the Rodgers type of receiver who's going to be able to read 18 different things before the play starts. Because when you listen to Garrett, sometimes I'm still confused. I would love to know the truth, which we never will, about how Garrett really felt about Rodgers, because I can't pick up on it from my gut. It seems like he didn't like Rodgers.
No, that's bullshit.
I don't know, man. Why wouldn't he defend him a little more? Like when he was doing the Barton Hahn show, and Garrett was going on every week. If you I'm a lawyer, don't forget, Neil.
Which he quit midway through the season, by the way.
Yeah, he quit mid through the season. His body language just sensed like he was saying things and it had a little complaint to it.
I think he was frustrated. They weren't winning. I think they obviously didn't have the year they thought they were going to have. I mean, it is what it is. Like, Garrett, you have your old college quarterback. Like, you're not going to like Justin Fields either. This team sucks again this year, and it's another year of you losing double-digit games like every other year you've been a Jet so far.
Agreed. I would love to know his true feelings on it, because I know a lot of guys who came out and actually supported him, like Brees and, Quinnen and a bunch of others. So, of course, Jermaine. God, I love Jermaine. I love
for him to be back.
I hope he's healthy. Bones, he's not going to be 100% start the season. Let's be real.
I mean, he seemed to be.
He's going to be a rotational guy at best. They're going to rotate him in probably 25% of the snaps week 1. Then maybe the Buffalo game will get a little bit more. We're back to back, right, Jake? We got Pittsburgh, then Buffalo. What's the third game?
Pitt, Buffalo, and Tampa. Are you coming to Tampa, Neil?
Tampa. Bucks at Tampa.
Jets. at Bucks, week 3. You coming on the Asmaniac Tampa trip?
Yeah, of course.
Let's
I
go.
go, well, don't forget Tampa. Oh Jesus, I was at the Tampa game. Went with a buddy of mine, good friend of mine. That was the game Al Groh went sick when we went 6-0 and came back when Corbett threw the ball to Curtis Martin. Oh no, Curtis threw to Corbett to win the game. Remember that game?
Yeah, against Keyshawn, the first time they played him.
Okay, I'm at that game. Fireman Ed, 10,000 Jet fans. We're all there. I'm at the hotel before the game in the parking lot with our offensive linemen. They're in the same place as us. I go, how are you going to block Warren Sapp? I'm telling, who the hell was the tackle at the time? The center and the tackle. I don't think it was Mawai. Who the hell was our center back in that day?
Kevin Mawai was the center in 2000 when that game
Kevin
was.
Mawai was the center, and you said the tackle was it?
The tackle was number 77, I think is his number.
It wasn't Fabini, was it?
No. Oh, Fabini was on one side. He was in the parking lot with me, and then I forgot who the other guard was.
Ryan Young or Jason Fabini? Or was it Randy Thomas?
There. Thomas, that was it. So Thomas is in the parking lot with me with Fabini. They're waiting for the charter bus, and like an asshole, I'm in the middle of the place, all in the parking lot, getting everybody pumped up. I'm down on all fours, like I'm Warren Sapp. What are you gonna do now? What are you gonna do? These guys were cracking up. They get on the bus. Me and my buddy Joe get in the car, and we're following the bus into the stadium, honking the horn. And these guys are like this, looking out of the bus. The team is just hysterical with me and my buddy Joe. We get to the stadium. I think that guy
I know, right?
You were showing them how you can move.
We get to the stadium. It's pouring. I mean, it is raining. The whole thing is the stadium was drenched. So my buddy's covering up his cell phone. He's putting a plastic bag on it. He's an OCD kind of guy. He's all nervous. So we're getting our asses kicked in the game. He goes, let's get the hell out of here. I'm done. This is it. We're losing this game. I said, Joe, sit tight. Let's give it a little more. We're going to come back. Don't worry. Get the F out of here. Let's get out of here. No. I said, sit the hell down. We're coming back. And then it started. At the end of the game, first of all the Tampa fans were going on us big time. Fireman Ed was about 6 rows behind me. We won the game. Bones, we went down the ramp doing jet chants. It was incredible. Back to the hotel, getting plastered. I don't know what happened to the team, how they didn't show up at the bar. We were in the same hotel as them. I don't know. It probably left to go home.
It's not baseball. They leave right after the game.
They started they went home. But we were at the bar. Holy shit! It was incredible.
Did it look like this? You moving around the bar?
Was one of a
It was
kind
so
night.
bad for me hyping a crowd up. If Neil would have gave the freaking Asmaniac speech, he would have killed what I did because he is the ultimate hype up man that you could have with you. Fucking love him.
Oh, guys, take care. Let's get ready. Little bit. What's left now? We got this. We already had the launch for the thing. Now we got OTAs coming up.
We got OTAs. We got mini camp. And then we have summer vacation until training camp.
Oh, this is brutal. You'll have my jump in the pool like last year. Right?
We need a shoe store challenge. The fans are asking for it. We need round 2.
Do I give Bonesy a rematch? Bones. Just I'm going to tell you right now.
We're going to mic you guys
now
up.
Now that I know the store and you got no stock. First of all, call me when you're stocked up. So I don't have to sit with one guy for half an hour because not one single shoe you have fits the guy's foot. And then the one that does has a broken little thing on it for $900. Remember that stitch on that guy's shoe? He brought it back because it was ruined. When you have a full stock, Bones, now that I know the store a little bit, I am going to smoke you like 12-4. Okay? It won't even be a contest. So just be ready for the next.
the part of the art of being a good shoe salesman is playing the wall. You have to measure them and actually like go upstairs like, oh, a guy's a 9D. Well, we have wides. You got to go down the half size and try the wide and see how it feels. Like that's
I
part
know.
of
Listen, I sold a lot of women's shoes. Trust me, I know. I was in A&S making $500 a week selling women's shoes 4 hours a day. And that's it. Every shoe I brought down from that thing, Bones, I was in the best shape of my life. They had a rack in A&S. You know where Queens Center Mall is? A&S, you know where that is?
Yep.
Elmhurst, Jake, you know where that is, right? If you're taking the LIE going east towards Long Island on the left, you see Queens Center Mall. That's where I worked in that A&S. It was one of the busiest A&S's in New York State. And we had 4 floors of shoes, Bones. So whenever all they would do was hand you the shoe, and you would have to go up 3 flights of stairs, right?
We're running it back. We need to update the poster. We need
look at that. Let's go, baby.
Neil, round 2. We need to pick a date. The people need this now more than ever. There's less content going on than ever before. We don't have Rodgers anymore. We need a shoe store challenge. We have better equipment this year. We'll have you guys actually mic'd up. We're better prepared to film the whole thing. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, you got to hear the Mike stories. When I tell the guys the story, every customer, where are you from? Dominican Republic. Let me tell you a story. And then they have to buy the shoe. Once I give them a story, Bones, the sale is made. That's why that Italian guy, he wanted to walk out of the store so bad. And then Rob told me in Italian, the grandmother said, please buy a pair of shoes from this guy and let's go. It was a $900 purchase. And the grandmother was like, could you please just buy a pair of shoes from this guy so we can go?
Ladies and gentlemen,
Bones, baby.
It's happening. Bonesy versus Neil. Shoe store challenge number 2. It is happening. And I can't freaking wait. If you're new to the show, it was an all-timer. If you're a channel member, you could search for it under member videos, and you can watch back the video Gator put together of the highlights from the first shoe store challenge. And there's controversy because for those who don't remember or weren't a viewer at the time a year ago, Neil won 3-2. He sold 3 pairs of shoes over 2 hours compared to the 2 that Bonesy sold. But the next day, one of the people that Neil sold shoes to, this Italian family that Neil was just referencing, they returned the shoes. So while Neil won, there's a technicality of, well, they returned the shoes. So you could argue it's 2-2. So we need a second matchup. Rebecca, how did he sell $900 pair of shoes? Have you seen Neil talk? That's how. Neil was great. I was actually I thought Bonesy was going to dominate. I really did. Neil really impressed me. He was awesome. But we need a second shoe store battle because the first one was great. And we had a ton of Asmaniacs who actually came and watched it. And then it was over a year ago. It was May 10th last year, but it was during the Knicks Pacers second round playoff series. We all went to a sports bar after and watched game 3. Some super chats I want to get caught up on. Appreciate you guys. Reminder, $10 super chats get you in the raffle for 2. We're giving away a Walt Clyde Frazier jersey this week. And you know what? I'm just going to reveal prize too. I was thinking, if we're going to do Walt Clyde Frazier, the year the Knicks won their first championship, you know what also happened? The Jets were Super Bowl champs, baby, led by Joe Willie. So our prize number 2 this week is a signed Joe Namath jersey. I was going to wait till we got a few more memberships, but I'm going to spoil it now. Namath jersey and a Clyde jersey, the top prizes in the upcoming Asmaniac raffle. Israel with a super chat. Beast blood pressure is high and can't shred. To which Beast responds, Israel is a fraud and a useless pile of crap. Jetaholic checks in with a super chat. Asmaniac tailgate for Jet Steelers. I'm trying for that game with my group seating. If not, Bills would be the choice since Baby 2 is coming in October. I don't know if I'm going to go to the home opener yet, Jetaholic. I can tell you that a ton of my listeners are. I'd recommend you join my Discord. We have a group tab set up for all the games so you can link up with people. I always recommend people go to the Jersey Burn at L5. I might go to the home opener, but I don't have my radio schedule that far in advance, so I don't know if it's feasible yet. J-Mall with a super chat here in the raffle for 2. Pacers got the Ewing Knicks in 95 and 2000. Then they beat the Carmelo Knicks the one time they got in, and last year they beat the Brunson Knicks. I mean, yes, Indiana beat the Knicks last year. I just would like to see how that series would have played out if just OG was healthy. Forget not having Randall and everything else. Now, the Knicks have no excuse, so this is their opportunity, man. This is their moment. They got to seize it. The Knicks are 2-1 against the Pacers, specifically, though, in the conference finals. That's what I was referring to earlier. Clifton with a super chat in the raffle for 2. Ewing was a player who desperately needed scoring help. By the time he really got it, he was basically done. Yeah, I mean, if Patrick Ewing got to play with Allen Houston and Sprewell earlier in his career, different ballgame. But he was at the end of his career by then. Adam writes in, Wednesday feels so far away. Can't wait. LFG Knicks. Can't wait, Adam. I give Adam a lot of credit. This guy's getting up in the middle of the night to watch these Knicks games out in London. Also, Adam sent me an awesome care package, and I will rock what he sent me on a future show. So stay tuned for that. You guys are going to think this is awesome. Bobbleneck with an Asmaniac super chat. Wouldn't it be beautiful if we came full circle with the Knicks and Jets again this year and next? Bang! Bang! Sign me up, man. That's where I got the idea from. We're doing Walt Frazier signed jersey, a Joe Namath signed jersey. Trying to manifest greatness. Rebecca says, Josh Hart is incredibly important. If you remember, he was really hurt against Indiana last year. A healthy Hart would have made a difference. Yeah, he had the abdominal strain. The Knicks they ran out of bodies, man. And by the way, for what it's worth, Indiana won the same amount of conference final games as the Knicks did last year. They got swept by Boston. I mean, this is what the Knicks looked like at the end of the season last year. Brunson broke his hand in Game 7. So even if the Knicks had I could live with what happened because if either the Knicks had advanced last year, they were going to get swept too. If Brunson wasn't going to play, they were done. Randall obviously was out after January last year. Mitchell Robinson was done. Think about how valuable Mitch has been. They don't beat Boston without Mitch. OG was done. Hart obviously was done. Yeah, it was a mess. Super chat from J-Mall. Charles Smith scored for the Clippers. For some reason, Riley had no idea how to use him. Don't ask Beningo about Charles Smith. Speaking of which, I wanted to get Joe on this week. I got to text him. Let's see. All $10 super chats get you in the raffle for 2. Like this one from Aaron who says, LFG Knicks. Yeah. Bang! Bang! My tweet of Spike Lee celebrating with the fans from his car driving him off has like over 2 million views. Went super viral over the weekend. Thomas Doyle, I apologize for missing this earlier. Let's go, Knicks. Thank you, Thomas. Chuck with a super chat. Beast, do you make gnocchi? Let me ask him. Beast, do you make gnocchi? Or gnocchi? Gnocchi. It's gnocchi, right? It's pronounced
I've had gnocchi before. It's very.
Is it gnocchi or gnocchi? I think it's gnocchi.
Gnocchi.
I think I was right.
Gnocchi is Italian.
Yes.
You know what you do? You put it in the stove for a couple minutes. Make sure you check it. Don't let it stick. You use olive oil and make sure when you cook it, check it every 3 minutes. Once it's done, out. And then you know what you do? You make a good au jus sauce to go with the gnocchi. It's very, very sexy. Try it. Try it out. Go find some gnocchi at your nearest store and make sure you get the au jus sauce when you use it. It's delicious. Try it once in a while. You'll actually love it. And
Were
when
you
you
eating?
use joking,
Were you eating Burger
use
King the other
joking-
day?
What?
Were you eating Burger King the other day?
Oh, I can't eat that crap. I don't eat that crap. That's garbage. I haven't even touched a Burger King in years. I go to Wendy's. I'm the Wendy's man.
So, are you trying to say that Wendy's is somehow that different than Burger King?
Wendy's is very different because their Baconator I like, and I like their fries, and I like their sausage and biscuit. Burger King is trash. It's garbage. It's GMO related garbage. I ain't gotta touch that. I'm too smart for that. If it's garbage,
if you got so you like the Baconator from Wendy's, but if you ordered a bacon cheeseburger from Burger King, it's not similar.
I wouldn't touch the bacon. I wouldn't try their bacon cheeseburger. It's small. It's crap. It ain't worth it. Why would you pay $4 for a small piece of crap when you can make it? You're on your own.
I see.
It ain't difficult. It's
That
not
makes
rocket
sense.
science. All you gotta do is learn to cook. Come on, a culinary class would even tell you the same damn thing.
Big Fellow writes in, just found out I won the Mosley jersey. Who knew sending Gary to the hole could be so profitable? Big Fellow won the Mosley jersey. Julian Manfredo won the Curtis Martin jersey. Anthony L won the Aaron Glenn jersey. And Bo C won the Jalen Brunson jersey.
Well, I wish I could win something, but with money being as tight as it is and everything being crazy, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to go on with my life today and have a little fun. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go water some plants today. I got to go water those tomatoes.
I'm happy for you, Beast.
Yeah, I'm a working Jake. I'm a working man's man. The last thing I would like to do is try and get a carpet for my patio, but for the way everything is now, it's like over $100 for freaking carpeting. What are you, crazy? But I'll find ways. I'll find so many ways. It's not.
Hey, Beast, I think you've won something though, right? That little Joey shirt you won. We sent that to you.
This was sent to me by you already know. I've won this a long time ago. I've had this for a couple months now, and his birthday is in a month, so I got to get ready to get him a birthday present.
What are you gonna get him? More lettuce?
I'm gonna get him a toy. Probably gonna get one of them bridges for him. You know how guinea pigs are. They like to travel. They like to go on things.
Beast, I would love to buy little Joey a toy for his birthday. You tell me what to get him, all right?
All right, I'll tell you what. You got a deal, kid. You know what I mean by. Now let's move along with the next caller, and then I know you got to get going to go do some things, and I got to go do some things too. So let's move along with the.
No, actually, I have nothing to do today. I'm just gonna sit in my chair all day.
Stop! I gotta change this here. I have to change. Can I change this, please?
What are you changing?
Okay. I was just making sure. I just wanted to make sure that was checked. But I'm about to get out. I want to get out of here right now. I want to go to another caller.
You get the fuck out. All right, more of your calls right now. Let's say hello to Beast Breaker for the first time today. What's up, Beast?
Okay, fine, whatever. Okay, let's see if who remembers this guy right here. Let's see who remembers this guy. You don't know who this. Let's see who remembers Steve Finley. Who remembers him? How about? Does anybody remember John Tesh? You remember him? Another good guy. All right, and let's see if anyone remembers this name from the New York Knicks. Who remembers him? Let's see how many people remember him. Can you see that, Jake? See it. There you go. Can't tell you the name, but I'll give it to you anyway. Alex Burks. Yeah, I got a card from that. That's a card. I'm about to do some fun right now, and it's time for me to get going because I don't want to feel like I'm intruding here. This is your show. This is a family show.
You get the fuck out. All right, let's get back to your calls right now. Appreciate all of you tuning in. Let's say hi to Beast Breaker for the first time today. What's up, Beast?
You're gonna run me out of gas, kid. But I'll tell you what.
Why are you out of gas? The show just started.
I know. I'm just trying to get some speed here.
What's on your mind, Beast? What do you got?
Well, I'm gonna go gardening today, and I'm gonna take a little walk and use this little gizmo and check my steps today. I'm gonna ignore all the bad behavior today. Ignore it. Just go walk, enjoy, have a nice time, and enjoy the good times in life. And Bill M, bite me, buddy, bite me. And this is your show. I want to have some fun. Yeah. Oh, Bill M, do you mind if I do this, Jake? One time for him.
Go ahead, Beast.
The Bill M. Nothing up my sleeve. You know what's up my sleeve? It's a bird. Yeah, that's the bird. See you later, alligator. Let's go. Next caller. Thank you.
You get the fuck out. Man, great stuff there from Beast. All right. Anthony L. He gifted 5 channel memberships. Thank you, Anthony. And we will get your Aaron Glenn jersey sent out. You got to get that framed. Let me tell you, it is. I would like to see the Jets. I know they sucked when they wore these jerseys, but it was before I became a fan, so I could rationalize it a little bit. Just like as an Islander fan, I didn't mind the Fisherman jerseys when the Islanders brought them back as an alternate because I didn't live through that. But I get why the longtime Islander fan hated it. But I would love if the Jets wore the 96 jerseys for at least one game with Glenn as the coach. Nate with a super chat. Noki. Thank you, Nate. Big fella with a super chat. Jake, I think we need to celebrate little Joey's birthday next month. Let's make it an Asmaniac party. I like it. Hey, Beast, what day is little Joey's actual birthday so we can plan ahead? Beast? Beast, you alive? Beast?
It's the bird.
Beast?
Got him with the best one. What's going on here? I'm trying to review. Can I review videotape before while I'm doing business here? Come on. I'm trying to review video here. But I'm fine. Okay.
Hey, Beast,
I'm
when is
trying to
little
watch
Joey's
a little video,
birthday?
trying to get things here. Oh. Well, it's good. Well, little Joey's gonna be 1. And
Yeah, but when
you
is
know
his
what's gonna
actual
be?
birthday?
Hey, fun just getting started. Oh, and Joshua Raw, yeah. Whatever, little guy. Bye-bye.
Hey, when is his birthday?
Okay, who
so we can
remembers
plan
the
party?
great George Carlin? Who
Beast,
remembers
answer
him?
the
Let's see.
question.
Who remembers the great George
Answer
Carlin?
the question.
What he did live in 1992
Answer
in
the
New York.
question.
You remember?
When-
y'all remember that?
When
Or
is
the
little
live show
Joey's
in '99
birthday?
when he did
When
the best
is
line,
little
the best
Joey's
of the best,
birthday?
and also
I'll
some of
keep
the
going.
great shows that he did at the
is
Beacon
little
Theater.
Joey's birthday?
Who remembers the great?
When is little Joey's birthday?
And the guy is the best.
When is his birthday?
And I'll tell you something. There's
Well,
a lot.
don't
there's
tell
a
me anything,
long
Sonny.
line of things to
Don't
come.
tell me
We
anything.
got Memorial Day coming.
When I cut your mic off. Now you'll have to tell us when little Joey's birthday is. Tell us. When is his birthday?
Yes.
Oh my God. Beast, when is his
This
birthday?
right here. My grandfather left me this. You know why he left me this? Because in life, when he left at age 93, he died with gangrene on his back.
Are you on a different show, Beast?
No, I was reviewing. I'm reviewing this show, but I was saying when my grandfather died at 93.
All
he
right,
died
tell
with
us that
gangrene.
story after. When is little Joey's birthday? We're trying to plan a birthday party for him.
We're looking at June 12th.
Okay, June 12th. Thank you. I don't know why that was so difficult, but I'm glad we got the answer.
I was reviewing the show at the same time. I was just doing a
Right.
little bit of review work. Like an Aaron Glenn song.
His home's smell is on the bed. That's what feels good. On the road, smell is on the bed. In a dirty hotel room. Because the show smell is on the bed. It's just more comfortable. He got a beard, loves the jets, super jets. There's a big fella, sleeps alone. There's no room on his bed. That's a big fella.
Beast, when the hell is little Joey's birthday?
We need answers, damn it.
We need answers, damn it. What's going on, man?
Hey, congrats on winning the CJ Mosley jersey.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I'm running out of space on my walls, man.
Yeah, we're changing the big fella man cave forever with all these Raffle
Yeah, I
games.
know.
Love
It's awesome. It's awesome. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
it. Thanks for all the support, big fella. You deserve it. I'm glad you got it.
Thank you, man. Thank you. So I heard Joe Douglas got a job, right?
He didn't. It's not at Alden's. It's actually with an NFL team.
Yeah, he's back with Philly.
He's back with the Eagles.
Okay, what's he doing there?
He's like I don't have the exact title other than a senior level scouting role. So he's probably like higher up in player personnel for them.
I got you. Well, good luck to him. I mean, he was like so with us with player evaluation and talent. I mean, he had his hits, he had his misses, but you know, I wish him well. You know what I mean? Now, week 1, it looks like Rodgers is going to be playing against us, and I'm looking forward to getting a little payback on him. I mean, Rodgers, he wasn't awful for us, but the thing is, I didn't like the whole drama about, am I coming here? Am I not coming here? Stuff like there was too much bullshit. You know what I mean? So I just want to move on from that, and let's go Jets week 1, baby.
Let's get a win, big fella. That'd be nice.
Yeah, and let's go Knicks.
Wednesday it begins. Can't believe it.
Yeah, I can't believe it either, and I can't believe it was May 10th, bro. Like that was the first time I met you over at that bar in the city,
And you gave me this.
Yeah,
what a moment it was.
Thank God it's open now. we had to change the rules a little bit, but
it's here though.
It
lives on forever.
That's right. But no, it was a great time, man. It was a really great time, and it was great just to meet everybody over there, and throughout the whole year, meet all of the people that listen to the show and are part of the show. It's really been great. So
we're gonna do it again. Shoe Store Challenge number 2. It has to be scheduled, but we need to make it happen.
That sounds great, man. That sounds great, and I really do think we should have something for Lil Joey's birthday. I really do.
No, June 12th. I'm in. We gotta plan something big for Lil Joey.
Yeah. I mean, that little rodent. He's a part of the show. So it should be acknowledged for sure. But I don't know. That's all I got. I just want to thank you for the jersey. Want to get Lil Joey's birthday out there, and have a good day, buddy.
Big fella, always appreciate you, man. The legend himself. Comments, questions, super chats. They cut the line. We're going to take a quick, and when I mean quick, a quick commercial break. Come back, get to your final calls. Reminder, more chances to win raffle prizes. Top 2 prizes, Clyde Frazier jersey, Joe Namath jersey. For those of you just tuning in for the first time this week, more coming up. Jake Asman, be right back. All right, more of your calls right now before we wrap. Mets 2128 is up next this segment. What's up, Mets?
Not much. It's been a while since I've been on, Jake.
Where you been?
Not much. Putting in my hours on the grind over at Lowe's. Doing stuff mostly involving wrestling and baseball, going to comic conventions, that sort of stuff.
Comic conventions?
Mm-hmm.
Which comic convention were you at most recently?
Micro convention, not far from my house.
Where are you based?
Concord. In North Carolina, not New Hampshire.
Okay. I was going to say, because you and Charles Gorman should link up.
Anyway, as far as the whole deal with the whole Jets disrespect, I mean, let's face it. Last year, the Jets shot themselves in the foot by basically letting Aaron Rodgers throw his weight around. In hindsight, it was a mistake to recruit him. You know what I mean?
Well, it didn't work. I still think it was the right move to go after him. Unfortunately, him getting hurt 4 plays in changed the entire course of what could have been.
And then last year, he started acting like a tyrant.
Well, last year, I think the biggest problem was they were so poorly coached, and then they fired Robert Saleh, which lit the season on fire at 2-3.
Yeah, made things worse.
Correct.
But in any case, now that he's gone and Justin Fields comes in, given that he's now being hedged by a guy who is both a legacy Jet player in Aaron Glenn and a guy who has been bred in the NFC North as a coach in Aaron Glenn, made me think this will give Fields someone he's more comfortable to work with. Because let's face it, in my view, when he was in Pittsburgh last year, Fields basically got cheated out of the job because Russell was throwing his weight around.
Now, let me ask you this. You think the Jets are going to be able to cultivate a young quarterback? Their history is not great doing that at all.
True. But at least unlike most rookies, especially a certain MILF chaser, at least that's the accusations against Wilson.
Did you say milk chaser?
MILF.
Oh, what's a MILF?
Older women with a big butt.
Big butt?
Bust. Front.
Bust? Like a Hall of Fame bust? Like that you see in like
No.
Canton, Ohio?
Chest bust.
A what bust?
Chest bust.
A chest bust.
Older woman with a big rack.
Oh, okay. Thank you for clarifying.
Yeesh.
Hey, speaking of big racks. Thoughts?
I'm going to be sick.
Really? No, come on. Don't discriminate against boobs, Mets 2128. We don't discriminate against boobs on this show.
You're literally trying to kill me, Jake.
Kill you? Mets, I don't want to kill you. I'm just trying to get you to not discriminate.
I'm saying I'm about to die from laughter with this.
You okay there, Mets?
Yeah, I'm just done with the call.
Yeah. Are you going to call back again?
Maybe in the future, just not the immediate.
By the way, is your actual name Mets 2128? Is that a government name?
No.
No. Do you want me to refer to you as just Mets? Do you have a name?
Yes.
You just go by Mets?
Yeah. For most other content creators, I go by that.
Okay. So I'll call you Mr. Mets 2128 if you want me to be more formal.
No, thank you.
All right. Well, I appreciate your time today. Excellent call.
Thank you.
You get the fuck out. And we're back. Hit the like button if you're just tuning in. Get the likes up, people. Milk thumbs, as Green Bean would say. Anthony checks in. Jake, thank you so much. I just found out I won because I got on late. I love the style jersey. I will definitely be framing it. Anthony, you deserve it, man. You're an awesome Jet fan and Yankee fan and Knicks fan. We got all the same teams. Love it. This is the jersey that Anthony won. Throwback Aaron Glenn jersey, 1996. I could not find – I wanted to do more of these, but the only Glenn jerseys I could find that are signed are either the current ones and a few of the, 2000-era ones. So you got a rare one, Anthony. You deserve it. Reminder, this show's available in podcast form. Some of you might not know that. Jake Asman Show, Apple Podcast, or Spotify. Search it, and it's there. More calls before we wrap. Jetaholic is next. What's up, Jetaholic?
Hey, Jake. How's it going?
Doing well, man. How are you?
Good. I've never seen that last call. When was that?
That was 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay. Because since you just mentioned the podcast form too, I work 3 to 11, so sometimes I do just listen to the show. If I'm not able to tune in live, I'll just listen to it on the podcast. So it's great to have that, especially at work, because I put my headphones in and just get what I got to get done, and can still listen to the show.
I appreciate
That's
it,
definitely
man.
convenient.
Yeah, exactly what it's for. Thank you.
Yeah, and also congrats to the Knicks fans. Honestly, I think they got a real shot at winning the whole damn thing.
I mean, at this rate, why not, right? There's no dominant team left. Even the Thunder, they won 68 games in the regular season. They haven't played like that in the playoffs so far.
Yep. So I think it was last week I can't remember who was on. It might have been Frankie V or someone. And you were talking about fans that don't like all the New York teams. So you're actually not going to like me for this. But I'm a Jets fan and an Orioles fan with my dad. And honestly, I feel like I'm reliving the Jets season right now, being an Orioles fan. Yeah.
Now, why are you an Orioles fan? So my issue wasn't people that root for different teams. It's that people that don't have any it was passed down to be my fandom. So the example I would give is if your whole family's from New York, but you happen to live in Houston, for example, and you're rooting for the New York teams. I get it because your family passed it down to you. I don't like people that just pick random teams for the sake of picking teams. Unless there's a reason for why you're rooting for that team. So that was my point.
With the Jets and Orioles, those are the only two teams that I followed from my dad. The Orioles for him it was Cal Ripken, and I just stuck with them. And unfortunately, those are the two teams I care about the most. And for 90% of my life, they've both been garbage. But for people that don't follow baseball, to put it into perspective, the Jets fired Sal in October, which is the second month of the season. We just fired Brandon Hyde in May, which is technically the second month of the season. And the Orioles do have a lot of young talent, but it's just they've been decimated by injuries, and
their pitching staff has been brutal.
Yeah, it's been awful. I'm actually I pay for the MLB TV to watch them, and even when they stunk year after year, I would still tune in. But it's been so bad, I almost don't even want to watch anymore. It's depressing.
Yeah, they've been probably the biggest disappointment in baseball this year because
Yeah.
they've been building towards being good for a while. I know they made the playoffs last year, but they haven't broken through yet. And
Yep.
It is a major surprise how bad they have been. Now, it doesn't mean it's necessarily over. I mean, the Mets were at one point, Met fans know this, they were awful last year too, and then it clicked and they went on a run, as people remember. But it doesn't look great right now for the Orioles, that's for sure.
Yeah, that is true. I just don't see it. I mean, they could get healthy, but by the time they do, it might be too late, unfortunately.
Yep.
But and I wanted to show off the onesie that you sent. Hold on. So here's the first Jets onesie as Maniac.
Hey. And the babies due what day again in October?
October 17th.
Nice.
So I think the Jets' closest game to that is 2 days after. I mean, not that it's necessarily going to be that day, but and then a couple more things. My dad's super into collecting cards, so I wanted to show off some of the rookie cards that he just gave me, and he wants me to pass them down to my stepson and my son. So here's a Breece Hall rookie card.
Nice.
Got a Garrett Wilson.
Nice.
Braylon Allen. This one's pretty cool. It's like a retro card.
I like it.
And then we got a Will McDonald.
E-I-E-I-O.
And then this is the best one. I have a signed Sauce Gardner rookie card.
Now that is awesome. That could be worth something one day.
Oh yeah, yeah. My dad has quite the collection. He'll just randomly hand me a bunch of these rookie cards, and I'm just like, all right, thanks, Dad.
I love it. Well, Jetaholic, congrats again, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Jake. Sounds good.
Jetaholic checking in. Love it. Let's see. A couple calls left here. Appreciate all of you tuned into the show. Let's say hello right now to Papa Jet. Hello, Papa Jet.
How you doing, Jake?
What's up, Papa Jet?
Hey, wanting to know little Joey's birthday just gave me a thought. You should do a poll on if one had to stay in Asmaniac Nation, would it be little Joey or a Beast? That would be probably
They're a package deal, though. I don't think you could have one without the other.
Well, just hypothetically, that would be pretty interesting to see how it'd go.
Who would you pick?
Beast. He has a place, but I don't think Beast would win the poll. So,
Beast, what do you think of this?
Well,
Beast?
my area is not shining too much but that's fine. I'm on the telephone. I'm on a phone call.
I will check back
Hold
in
on
with
one
you.
second. Let me turn it on here. Hold on. How you guys doing? How you doing, Papa Jet? How you feeling?
How you doing, Beast?
Good. How you? Why you got? It's funny you got that Santa Claus beard. Can we get you a Santa Claus suit this year?
If you want, I'll wear it.
I'll tell you what. I'll see if I can get $100 going, and maybe we'll get you that Santa Claus suit and some and then we'll maybe get some 8 tiny reindeer to get you going. And remember when you go to the kids, just remember, ho 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 ho, Merry Christmas, ho ho ho.
That's why I vote for Beast, Jake.
I'll let you two catch.
So, Mr. Papa Jet, so how long have you been a Jets guy?
72, 73.
I wasn't even born yet. Jesus Christ,
I know.
man! Oh man, I'll tell you this. I've been a Jet guy since '98, and I've seen some crap in my life. I mean, '98 season. You remember the '98 season, right?
That was Parcells, right?
Yeah, that's right. Vintage
Okay.
Vinny, Curtis Martin, Corbett, Keyshawn. We weren't stopped. We couldn't be stopped. And then '99 season, Vinny goes down, and I did like what Parcells did say to the team. We stink. We can't do defense, offense, or anything right now. We don't even have a team. 2000, Parcells, I know he left. 2001, you bring Herman Edwards in. You remember Herman Edwards, right?
Yeah, you played to win.
Herman Edwards was a kind of okay. Oh, I'm gonna like.
Hey, Beast, let's get this out in the air open. That AI thing that Bobby Beasley did. It says
There is an AI
ChatGPT.
thing, ladies and gentlemen, that Bobby Beasley posted up. It's very fraudulent and fake. If we can pull up let me pull up my
Beast,
phone
may
here.
I read it? It says Beastbreaker 666 is portrayed by Bobby Beasley.
That is fake, ladies and gentlemen. This is all fake. And you know why it's fake? It is fake to the core. Do not listen to this Bobby Beasley person. This guy's a fraud, and he's been exposed. You know why he's mad? Because I exposed him worldwide on this show, and that's why he'll never step his foot back in the door.
Are you an actual lawyer
Now-
or what, man?
Yeah, I am a lawyer.
Asmaniacs unite when the beast is in trouble, so you better call Bonesy. Ignore the shoes behind him. Those are law books. Those are law books.
The latest saga in Beasley versus Beast is apparently Bobby Beasley using AI to steal Beast identity. Remarkable. Papa Jet, any final points for you?
Yeah, I just well, congrats to all the Asmaniacs on the Knicks advancing. I'm not a huge basketball fan, but I'm rooting for you guys.
It's good karma for the Jets. That's how I look at it. For any
Yeah.
non-basketball fan out there.
I mean, like I said, I'm not football and hockey's my sports. Basketball, I did love the Braves back in the day, but they kind of went out of town real quick, you know. And congrats on I guess for Bobby Midnight on his 24-hour thing there. I only
Is Bobby
tuned in-
still sleeping? I mean, I went on the show a couple different times, and I mean, he did the 24 hours somehow.
Yeah. I was only on maybe an hour for the whole thing. I was busy on Saturday, but lastly, Jake, I heard I think it was last week sometime. It was saying like do a poll or a bracket on the best Gator song, and it kind of gave me an idea, and it just got brought up like, you know, you have the Asmaniac tournament between the end of the season and before the draft, so it kind of kills some time there. And if there was some downtime, there probably is going to be like in June or something. This might be more work for the committee, which, you know, but like, you know how they have the Oscars and the Golden Globes and all that crap?
Yep.
Maybe you can have kind of like something like that. You have like 10 different categories. You do a category a day. It might, you know, and you just have nominations. The committee can pick them like top 4, and you could do one a day.
An award show, sure.
Yeah, like you have the best call, maybe the best prop, best heel, best, you know. So I can see Gary being in like 4 or 5 of them, actually, you know. But yeah, and then just something to kill time for 2 to 3 weeks, you know, and you can call it the Azzies Award maybe for Asmaniacs or Jakeys. I don't know, you know.
I like it.
Just a thought.
Papa Jet, great call. Great call. In fact, that's one of the ideas that have been suggested. We're working on a couple things right now. Once things slow down a little bit with the Knicks, and we're really in the dog days of like came and lean on a different team to talk about. The Azzies is kind of funny. I think it'd be fun. If people are nominated, if people called in dressed up. That's a great idea. That and Asmaniacs Got Talent are 2 of the things that have been discussed behind the scenes so far. We will come up with something. On that note, we're going to wrap the first show on the day. I'll be back in the 4 p.m. hour. Appreciate all of you. Again, congrats to all our raffle winners. Congrats to Bo C on the Brunson jersey. Congrats to Anthony on the Glenn jersey. Congrats to Julian on the Curtis Martin jersey. Congrats to the big fella on the CJ Mosley jersey. Thank you all for your support. Even if you didn't win a raffle prize, just know it helps keep the channel rolling year-round. So you guys are awesome. Thank you again for that. Join the Patreon if you want to get in the Discord. Join the community there. We're going to have some info on our road trip game, which is Tampa. I've already been messaging with some hotels to try and find a group rate for people that want to try and stay in the same spot. We have a confirmed plan for a Saturday night meetup in Tampa and a Sunday morning tailgate. So it's all happening, folks. That's the trip that we're going to have a blast on. I already know it. Anyway, thank you all. Click the like button if you haven't. Spread the word about the show. I will talk to you guys soon. I end the show with a song that needs to be played because it's so good, we're playing it again. Go Jets.
Ricky, New York is my name. Florida State is my game. My internet sucks calling Jake when it's time to smoke and debate. The New York Jets are gonna win. My team since I was a kid. My New York Jets are gonna win. I'm Ricky, New York. Don't forget that. Florida State bitches. New York Jets. We got this shit. It's time to win, baby. Win. Can't wait.
Nice video. I like that kind of video. Now that's what I call music to my ears. Look.
You get the fuck out.